Our next course section is media players. Media players allow you to play back pre-recorded or computer files inside your production. Let's take a closer look at where we'll find them and what kind of media they will play. So here you can see a chart that shows the different types of media player and what kind of media we can load into each one. Video clips, which would include things like QuickTime files, AVI files, MPEG files, or H.264 files, can only be played in a DDR. Still images like PNG, JPEG, BMP, TIFF, and many other still images can be played in a DDR or a graphics player. Titles, which are basically like a still image but do allow for editing of the titles, can be either a Adobe Photoshop PSD image or a format called CG XML, and those can be played in either a DDR or a graphics player. And finally, we have audio clips. These would be things like a WAV file, an MP3 file, or an AIFF file. These can be played in a DDR or a sounds player. So as you can see, a DDR can play all types of media, while the other types of players are limited to particular types of media. So when you're dividing your media up and putting them in players, you typically want to use the players that only support a particular type of media, if that's the media you're using, to leave your DDRs available for video clips, which is often the most valuable type of media you want to play back. Now let's take a look at where we find these media players inside the TriCaster. Here we are in the TriCaster, and if we look at the bottom bar, there are buttons along the bottom left and bottom right. So we can see DDR1, Graphics 1, and Sound. These are all different players, and if I click on them, you can see some of them have some clips loaded into them. And on the other side, we have DDR2 and Graphics 2, and these are the other players. So there's 5 players total, divided up between DDR, Graphics, and Sound. Now, I do want to mention that some TriCaster models won't have graphics players. They'll just have additional DDR players. So if you're on one of those models, you'll see a DDR3 and a DDR4, and you'll just use those for everything, both stills, titles, and video clips, while on other models that have graphics, you'll just have these 2 graphics players that only play still type images. Below each player is the playback controls and some other settings, and we'll take a look at those in a later video. And along the edge of all players is what is called the playlist. These are 12 different flyouts that appear that allow you to reconfigure your DDR or media player for whatever functionality and clips that you would like to play at that point in time. So in the next video, let's take a look at how we load in clips, then we'll learn how to operate these players, and finally we'll learn how to import media into our system.